Hey folks, this is Rhykker with another Diablo lore video. In today's episode, we discuss Act 2 of Diablo 3, and the fall of Belial, Lord of Lies. This is part 20 of a video series in which we explore the major players in the story of Diablo, from the Nephilim to Tyrael to Deckard Cain to Diablo himself, and give a crash course on what exactly is going on story-wise in this game series. And this video series has been running for, almost 8 years now, and there aren't many episodes left because we're running out of game to cover. Feel free to check out our previous episodes if you haven't. You can find them all on my website, Rhykker.com, which brings us to a word from this video's sponsor. I built my website using Squarespace, and I was able to do everything myself, quickly and easily, and with zero education in the field, all thanks to how easy Squarespace is to work with. Squarespace even has a new AI tool called Design Intelligence, which combines 2 decades of industry-leading web design expertise with the latest AI tech to empower you to build a beautiful-looking, personalized website made exactly for your needs and your unique identity. Squarespace even has optimized SEO tools so that you can launch your website and start getting views as quickly as possible. Squarespace is flexible for any kind of website with tons of design options to pick from. You can easily connect all your social accounts and also upload your video content and organize your video library. You can sell products or services, and with Squarespace Payment, you have an easy way to manage your payments in one place. You're just a few clicks away from being able to receive payments through your website, all while offering customers popular payment methods like Apple Pay, ClearPay, Klarna, and ACH Direct Debit. Basically, if you want to build a website, I recommend Squarespace. So head to squarespace.com/Rhykker or click the link in the description to start your free trial and use code Rhykker to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/RHYKKER and use code Rhykker. Now, in our last episode, we left off with the end of Diablo 3's first act. Deckard Cain has passed away, but not before he gave the Archangel Tyrael his memories back. Which was good because that allowed Tyrael to remember that he came down to the mortal world to warn everyone about Belial, like the demon lord Belial, who had taken over the city of Caldeum. So, Tyrael, Leah, and our group of stalwart heroes travel across the sea to Caldeum, the Jewel of the East, the capital of Kejistan, and a major trade hub, often called the trade capital of the entire world. A city that had been in decline ever since the child emperor Haakon II was installed by Zaeith priests following the death of Emperor Haakon I. All part of Belial's devious plan, albeit unbeknownst to our heroes at the time. Or possibly ever. Who knows what they were able to put together. Despite them meeting the child emperor and it being like super obvious that he was super sketchy, clearly this would not be Belial, the Lord of Lies in disguise, right? But there was no time to follow up on that for now. There was revenging that needed to be done. Belial's little servant, Magda the Witch, had killed Deckard Cain, and a reckoning was a-comin' on behalf of all the millions of upset Diablo fans. Our heroes left Leah in Caldeum and tracked Magda down into the town of Alcarnis, within the great desert known as the Borderlands outside of Caldeum. Magda's coven had already massacred the townsfolk, and when our heroes caught up to her, she gloated that Belial's Imperial Guard had kidnapped Leah while the Nephilim had come to Alcarnis. The one time we don't bring Leah with us. So anyway, the heroes kill Magda, getting rid of the worst villain in any Diablo game ever. Oh, and along the way, we learned that the Imperial Guard are actually snake demons of Belial in disguise. And the Nephilim rescue the famous Iron Wolves from them. Remember last episode we had said that the Emperor had sent away the loyal and honorable Iron Wolf mercenaries and replaced them with a new Imperial Guard? I'm starting to think maybe, just maybe, there's something fishy with this child Emperor. Anyway, our heroes return to Caldeum and get an audience with the Emperor, thanks to Ashira, leader of the Iron Wolves. But Haakon, instead of being grateful that the Nephilim vanquished the evil coven that killed the people of Alcarnis, says that they are responsible for the massacre of the people of Alcarnis, and as proof of their guilt, he found their evil spy Leah skulking around in the sewers like a rat. He ordered his Imperial Guard to deal with them, and our heroes beat a hasty retreat with the help of Best Bay Ashira, freeing Leah along the way. Once again within the sewers, a Force Ghost projection of Haakon II appeared before the Nephilim. The Child Emperor apologized and claimed to be under duress. That evil genius Belial is always watching. That handsome devil, and Hakan could not let Belial know that he was onto him. But fear not, hero, Hakan would find the whereabouts of Belial and deliver him to the Nephilim for a good scolding. Our heroes then stumbled upon a woman being tortured by demons. It was Adria the witch who revealed herself to be the mother of Leah. What a coinkydink! Like any good deadbeat parent, Adria claimed to have been watching over Leah her entire life, but did not reveal herself out of fear of bringing danger to her. And Leah, the innocent little puppy, lapped this up like a puppy. Alright, we need to take a moment now to talk about what Adria has been up to this whole time. Last we left off with her, she had dumped her baby Leah onto Jillian the barmaid and pissed off. Well, it turns out she'd been quite busy since then. As a reminder, Adria had pledged herself to Diablo after sensing his presence within Aiden, the hero of Tristram and bearer of the Ruby Soulstone. She bore his baby, Leah, to be used as a tool for his eventual use. But there was more to this plan. Leah would one day serve as Diablo's vessel, yes, but Adria had concocted a plan that would ensure that this vessel would be powerful enough to make the heavens tremble. All thanks to the Black Soul Stone, which Deckard Cain had told her about. Whoops. Now let's talk about that Black Soul Stone. And to do that, we need to once again talk about our good old friend Zoltan Kulle. It's been a long time since we spoke about the original Haradrim, of whom Zoltan Kulle was a part. Tyrael had entrusted Zoltan Kulle with the 3 soul stones that would be used to trap the 3 prime evils: Diablo, Mephisto, and Baal. Only Kulle knew how the soul stones were made. Well, Kulle became obsessed with the soul stones, and he studied them extensively to learn all their properties and exactly how they worked. After the Haradrim completed the task they had first been assembled for and had successfully captured the 3 primevals and the 3 soul stones, Zoltan Kulle was the only party pooper at the ensuing celebration, saying, Guys, these are just a temporary solution. And the Haradrim told him to stop being such a nerd and gave him a wedgie. Over the years that followed, Zoltan Kulle became increasingly ostracized from the other Haradrim and kind of turned into a nutjob conspiracy theorist in their eyes, ranting about how we had to watch out for the high heavens, that angels aren't actually the good guys. Wake up, sheeple! Don't just listen to religion, do your own research. This goes deeper than you think. The Angiras Council nearly wiped out humanity during the Sin Wars. They've admitted it, you just have to look. Tyrael is just a crisis actor. Humans used to be all-powerful Nephilim, but the angels are suppressing the truth. We have to embrace our true potential and rise up against both angels and demons before the eternal conflict wipes us all out. Kulle went so far as to make a secret doomsday bunker in the Desolate Sands, which we know today as the Archives of Zoltan Kulle. Within his bunker, he conducted experiments attempting to create his secret weapon that would save humanity. You see, Tyrael had created the Ruby Soulstone to contain Diablo, the Sapphire Soulstone to contain Mephisto, and the Amber Soulstone to contain Baal. And now, Zoltan Kulle would create the biggest, blackest soulstone of them all to contain multiple entities, not just demons, but angels as well. And this soulstone's power would be able to be harnessed and wielded as a weapon of mass destruction. As Zoltan Kulle was nearing the completion of the Black Soulstone, which, incidentally, necessitated the sacrifice of a bunch of innocent mages, Zoltan Kulle was never one to let something as mundane as morals get in the way of scientific progress. Anyway, the other Haradrim found his bunker, busted in, and killed the Mad Mage just before he completed his work. Well, they sort of killed him. You see, somewhere along the way, Zoltan Kulle found a way to make himself immortal. No, not that. Although, yeah, I guess that. As Kulle's dead body lay crumpled on the ground, it bled out sand. Like, instead of blood, his blood was sand. And Kulle's corpse mocked the Haradrim in a truly vicious manner. They couldn't get him to shut up, in fact, and they feared that he would just revive himself, so they came up with the idea of chopping his head off and hiding his head in one spot and his body and blood in the other, because maybe that'll work. They kept them in 2 separate secret hiding places so that no giant idiot in the future would ever come by and somehow combine them to resurrect him. And after this, the Haradrim attempted to erase all records of Zoltan Kulle from history. But I mean, we all know the Streisand effect, am I right? The more you try to bury a story, the more attention it gets. I mean, Blizzard featured Zoltan Kulle in 3 whole Diablo games at this point. So, back to Adria. Since Deckard Cain casually told her about the Black Soulstone, she figured, hey, that seems like just the thing I need to help power up Diablo. If it could be used to absorb the essence of multiple beings and then harnessed as a power source, well, why can't Diablo use it to become the most powerful Diablo to ever Diablo? So she went and did a bunch of research on Wikipedia, aka the Great Library of Caldeum, and learned about a whole bunch of stuff. Then she experimented with trapping lesser demons in gems, just, regular gems, as a proof of concept of the plan. So once she became proficient in doing this, and she became confident that this Black Soulstone plan would work, she just, needed to actually find the Black Soulstone. But first, she traveled throughout the world to find the lingering essences of the great evils that were killed on Sanctuary: Diablo, Andariel, Duriel, Baal, and Mephisto. One by one, she marked them so that once she would gain possession of the Black Soulstone, all those spirits would just zoop right into it. All she needed now were Azmodan and Belial, and then Diablo would be able to wield the power of all the great evils at once. But Azmodan currently was left to rule Hell, so she couldn't get access to him, while Belial was putzing around in Sanctuary under heavy guard in Caldeum, so she also couldn't just waltz in and mark his soul either. But hey, she'd figure that out later. In the meantime, she could at least find the Black Soulstone, since his entire plan falls apart without it. So, in the Great Library of Caldeum, Adria had learned how to find and access the Black Soulstone, and she was off to get it when Belial's minions found her in a sewer and tortured her for information. You see, Belial knew about the existence of the Black Soulstone, but he had no idea what it did. Well, he had some idea. It's a soulstone after all. At that point, conveniently, our heroes of Nephilim show up along with mortal Tyrael and her own gosh darn daughter, and they save Adria. Seeing this as a great opportunity, Adria tells our easily fooled heroes that she had a plan to find the Black Soulstone in order to trap Belial and Azmodan, the last of the great evils still posing a threat to the world. All they gotta do is find Zultan Kule's head. Then he'll tell them where to find the Black Soulstone. Tyrael was like, I don't like this plan, but the game's called Diablo, not Zultan Kule, so I guess it can't be all that bad if we go grab this guy. En route to find Kulle, Adria began to teach Leah how to use her wacky powers, and once they found the head, it was Leah, through Adria's instruction, who cast the magic spell to summon Kule's spirit. Kulle immediately mocked Tyrael before agreeing to help them find the Black Soulstone, on the condition that he be properly resurrected as a meatbag instead of just a fart cloud. During the quest to revive Kulle, his spirit spoke to the Nephilim, saying, "Hey guy, you and me, we're both the same. I get you. But these other guys? Tyrael? You can't trust angels. Adria? She's totally gonna betray you." So they revive Zultan Kule. He finishes the last step needed to finalize the Black Soulstone, and then zoop! The 5 spirits of the Lords of Hell get yeeted into the Black Soulstone, much to Kule's surprise. At that point, he tells the Nephilim, "Bruh, your allies have betrayed you. There is some chicanery going on here. Let's you and me team up, and we'll rule the world." Except Zultan Kule cannot help but sound like the most evil dude ever every time he says literally anything. "Welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order?" "I would like a quarter pounder with cheese. But instead of mustard, I would like Big Mac sauce." I don't think we can do that, sir." "You can, and you will. Only then will my dinner be complete." So the Nephilim don't trust Twirly McMustache over here, and instead unresurrect him. By killing him. At that point, Adria is like, "Oh yeah, actually my plan is to trap all 7 Lords of Hell in the Black Soulstone, and then when we destroy the Black Soulstone, all 7 evils will be super dead forever. Trust me, just, Leah, you're gonna be the one to have to do it. I'll be standing over there while you do it." So, fine, whatever. The heroes grab the stone, go back to Caldeum to face Belial so they can zoop him into the stone. They find the city of Caldeum under attack by Belial, kind of meteors and stuff, because Belial had grown desperate. He knew they had found the Black Soulstone. and he figured a soul stone sucks in souls, and he did not want his soul sucked. So the Nephilim helped Ashira and the Iron Wolves safely evacuate the people of the city. Then it was time to take on Belial himself. The Nephilim went to confront Emperor Haakon II and told him, "Dude, come on, you're clearly Belial." And Belial was all, "Damn, you guys are so smart to have figured me out. But I told my BFF Azmodan about the Black Soul Stone, and if you kill me, Azmodan's gonna come and invade your world." So the Nephilim killed him, and Leah zooped his spirit into the Black Soul Stone. Day was saved. Team Nephilim planned to move on and figure out how to deal with Azmodan, while Ashira and the Iron Wolves would remain behind in Caldeum to rebuild. And since Deckard Cain was dead, and he normally was the brains of this operation, the duty of figuring out stuff now fell to his niece, Leah, who studied countless scrolls and tomes, trying to find a clue as to how to find Azmodan, including her uncle's old journals. And amidst Deckard Cain's writings, she learned some troubling truths about her mother, Adria. Cain mistrusted her, and she was a former Witch of the Coven, like the same coven that killed Deckard Cain. Leah questioned Adria about her past, kind of vaguely at first, and Adria just deflected until Leah was like, "I know about your connection to the Coven, okay?" At that point, Adria basically admitted to infiltrating the Coven in order to fight the forces of Hell. And Leah happily let herself get gaslit, because now everything made sense. The reason her mother couldn't be there for her entire life was because she was too busy planning the ultimate downfall of all evil. She's just so good and so pure and so amazing, you don't understand. Adria's manipulations extended to helping Leah get control of the powers that plagued her throughout her life. Leah's recurring nightmares had only gotten worse now that the haunted Black Soulstone whispered to her with the voices of the Lords of Hell. But it was thanks to Adria's teachings that Leah was able to maintain control of herself and start to see her powers not as a plague to be contained, but rather a natural part of herself that ought to be set free. So it was in a deep study session, poring over Cain's old notes, that Leah had a convenient vision showing Azmodan use Ariat Crater as a foothold for a full-scale invasion. Ariat Crater is in where the World Stone blew up. And so our heroes set off for Bastion's Keep in the Dreadlands, the final fortress of man that stood between Ariat Crater and the rest of the world. But would our heroes arrive in time to stop Azmodan's invasion from Hell? Would they be able to trap the final Lord of Hell in the Black Soul Stone and stop all evil forever? Or would Adria's plan come to fruition and Diablo would conquer the high heavens? All these questions and more will be answered as we continue to explore this Diablo lore video series. Stay tuned. Until then, be sure to get caught up on past episodes. Thanks for watching. Special thanks to my Twitch and Patreon supporters for making these videos possible. If you enjoyed this video, please share it, check out these other videos, and subscribe to join Rhykker's Raiders for more Diablo content.